What up, good people? Back with today's reflection. In today's reflection, God downloaded something into me, man, that it really had me uh excited to share because it makes so much sense. Um, and what he downloaded to me is he said, "You got children, right?" And for those that don't know me personally, um, you know, our children look just like me and my wife. And so I'm sure that everywhere that they go, they always hear, "You look just like your dad. You look just like your mom." Um, and I'm sure they get tired of hearing it. Um, and what God said to me is, okay, how many of us or how many of y'all are walking around, or my children are walking around, and people are saying you look just like your dad, your father, who is in heaven? Um, or are we going around and we look more like our father, Satan? And it all depends on your actions, right? It don't depend on your clothes. It don't depend on your color. It don't depend on how much money you got. It all depends on your actions, the fruit that you put out. What fruit are you representing? What team are you playing for? Uh, and that put me on the line of thinking that, like, okay, who are you scoring points for? Is the things you doing in life, is that putting points on Team Satan? Or the things you doing in life, is that putting points on Team God? And if you are playing for Team Satan, you realize, dang, I've been putting up all these points for Team Satan. Then just stop. You don't have to continue to play for that team. You know what you could do? The same thing the players do today. Ask for a trade. Demand a trade. You go right into the office of Team Satan. You say, "Hey, I want to trade. Trade me. Trade me or drop me. But if you ain't going to trade me, I'm sitting out. I refuse to put up another point for your team." And that's the way we got to look at it, man. We got to stop just being so feeble-minded and thinking that we can't change. You can change. Saul was one way for much of his life. But then on the road to Damascus, when he seen the angel and he had a conversation with Jesus Christ, he changed. He switched teams right like that. And so we that's why that story is so important, because it shows us that you can live a certain way and have a certain ideology your whole life. But then when God puts something in you, take it, receive it, and change. So let's trade up.